Yeah, I am recording, and that's funny. Alright. This is my second attempt at making a tutorial. I guess Bandicam hates me, so I'm gonna use OBS now. So yeah, basically get into your After Effects, make a composition, right? That's easy, you know. I prefer 1080p. Don't do anything in this. This doesn't matter. Yeah, make a 1080p if you want it. Yeah, frame rate 60 FPS, 8 seconds, whatever. That's just me. So you're gonna want to save the composition by clicking Control S and then just save it somewhere. Just in case it crashes, I'll just save it here. Now make a text layer, right? And I'll just, and then I'm gonna name it sync. I'm gonna move the ink point. This is just a plugin I have that doesn't really matter for this though, and I'm gonna move this text down. There. Alright, so you're gonna want to get your song. I'm gonna use this song. And then scroll through the song to find the part that you want to use. Just a bit there. Like here. Which is, yeah, that's a good point. Alright. So, there's many ways you can sing. This is the way I sing. It's a lot easier and it's a lot better. So so right click on the song you're using and click keyframe assistant, and click convert audio to keyframes. Then it will make an audio amplitude layer. And then delete left channel and right channel, don't need those. And then keep both channels. And then double click on slider, and then where's the slider? Click on that. Then open up graph editor, which is this button next to like this brainstorm, light bulb, and motion blur. Yeah. Alright, so every time there's like a thing that goes up like that, see what I mean? Like there, those are all beats. So the way you make a marker is by clicking like the star button thingy on your numpad. So just like click that and then it'll make this, which is a marker. So do that for every beat. And by the way, you don't have to sync like this, but it's just my way. I think it's pretty easy. It's kind of helpful too, and yeah. There's sometimes I sync with I put the frame rate down, and that's actually, I sync mostly like that, but sometimes I sync like this too. Alright, so look up in the effects and presets, look up transform, and then double click on it and make sure you've selected the sync layer. Oh wait, hold on, I never even talked about that. Make an adjustment layer by right clicking, clicking new and adjustment layer. Then you don't have to rename it, but I do. So makes it more organized. Keyframe sync. And the way you go through the markers is by clicking J and K, and then yeah, it's kind of cool. So click scale, or you can, I guess you can't do that, never mind, it's not like Cinema 4D. Alright, so click on keyframe scale, and now drag this keyframe like just 5 or 6 frames before the marker, and then at the marker, sorry, I keep getting away from my microphone, keyframe the scale at like 165, and go like, I don't know, like this far out in your composition or in your timeline, whatever, and then yeah, like that, and then that's what it should look like with the keyframes. Now, left click and scroll, or like select all the keyframes, or you can just go like this. Oh, no, don't do that. Alright, and then click F9, which makes some easy ease, which is for graph editor. And then click on, if you haven't already, double click on scale in your effects controller, and then left click on scale and go to graph editor. Now click on the very top keyframe, which is up here, and then move these little like line things with dots on the ends, like drag the dots like that, and then come over here to this keyframe and then drag this out as far as possible, and then come over here and drag this one as far out as possible, and then boom. I just realized that's at full. Put that at half. And boom, you have a David F. Sync keyframe thingy. Yeah, but you're not done yet. You're definitely not done yet, unless you want your sync to look terrible, which I'm sure you don't. So keep watching, and then do it for like every beat. You know, just copy and paste with Control C, Control V. I'm trying to say all the like the buttons I'm clicking like on my keyboard, not because you guys might not know, like Control C if you don't use like Photoshop. I don't know. Here. And then you have everything now there. Boom. And then make sure, so if you see right here, boom, boom, look how big this spacing is right here. You want to drag this one out like there. Then this, drag that like there. Boom, that's good, that's good, that's good, that's not good. See, look at that spacing. Drag that out to like there. And then, there you go. Now you're going to want to go in here, and then some of this stuff is going to be messed up, so you're going to have to fix it so it looks like this. Just select all the top ones to see which ones are messy. Like, you don't want the right, I'll call it an arrow, I guess that's the thing. You don't want it to be further down than the one on the left. So, see, like that. That's kind of bad. Alright. There you go. Then, you have it, and then, here else. And I'm not gonna show you guys just the I'm sorry, I'm really lispy. Yeah, I'm gonna show you not just the David F. Sync. So if you don't already have a Shake, it's a plugin, get it. Yeah. And then get it and put it into the sync layer or the adjustment layer, and then you're gonna see like a repeating text. I don't know. So you go to wrap X and wrap Y and change them to no, so you don't have to see that anymore. Then here I'm sorry, I'm very gassy. Is that bad? What? Alright, so put the frequency to 6 and the amplitude to like 1.5. Those are my settings. Or you can do 1 as amplitude, or 1.5, or 2. Those are like the maximum, or maybe like 3 if you are rebellion. And then frequency you could do like 5, 4 if you don't want a lot of shake. 5.5, 6, 6.5, 7. That's a lot though. So yeah, just copy and paste on every beat. I'm going really fast, sorry. You're gonna have to, click JK to get to every like thing. I don't know. Did I even say it? Well, alright, so this is this is what it looks like. Yeah, there. Sometimes when you're RAM previewing, which you can just click 0 as a shortcut, it's kind of laggy, so just redo it. Yeah, just like re-click it. Yeah, it'll fix it. Alright, so now that we have that done, let's add someone wanted to see my turbulent displays, so I'll add that. And it might not look the best in this 2D, but that's okay. So put the size to 150 and put the amount to 0 and then keyframe it, and then go to the next frame and do like 90 or 100. 100 for like 3D is good, but lower for 2D is better. Alright, so evolution, keyframe that, and then go a bit forward, more than the second keyframe, and then put this at 1, the 1 times, and then put the next one at like 80 or 70 or 60 or 65, I don't know, it doesn't matter. And then put amount to 0, so it like does that, you know. Now Z-shake, Z-shakes when, I'm just gonna put this on, put a bunch, so it's like when it does that, you know, it goes back and forth, the pulses. So those are, I'll show you my settings for that. It's in S-shake, so keyframe the Z ramp amplitude. Don't change the frequency. I keep it at default. Sometimes I'll change it, but not really. And then put the amplitude at like 250. I know that's a lot, but it's actually not a lot at all. And then go a little after the second keyframe, and then stop, or like put it to 0. And then every time you want that to happen, I think I want it to happen here too. Yeah, and then like, oh, and then like right there, so. Alright, so there's that. We can add fade. So add a fade, and then just make a black solid layer. Then click T for the opacity, and then keyframe the opacity at 100. You go far in, like before the first keyframe, and then, or before the first marker. I keep saying keyframe, sorry. And then it will fade in, and then do that at the end and keyframe it at 100 at the very end, and then go like a little after the keyframe, and then it'll fade out. Alright, so click the down arrow, or not the down arrow, the down arrow. No, alright. Click this arrow right here. Then it will go down. Then click this arrow, and then for audio. And then put this at -48, and then keyframe. And then go to the fade thing, the opacity that you keyframed for fade, and then put it to 0. And then do it for this too. Yeah, that's pretty simple. Might sound complicated because I am terrible at explaining, but I know something. People ask this all the time. How do you do that damage thingy with the black? Yeah. Alright, here. So we're gonna add damage, so you'll understand what this is. So just name that damage. Alright, and then these are sapphire things. So add film damage and TV damage, right? Now put the green amplitude to 0, the stain density to 0.05, put the dust density to 5, the hairs 1, scratches 2, vignette darkness 0, flicker 0, and then click on color correct, and then put the saturation to 0. That's if you put it to 0, it's in black and white. So then the reception master, put that to 0.2 in this, and then put that to 0, put that to 0, put that to 0, put that, and then put bars brightness to 0.3 and reception master to 0.2. Then static amplitude and density, put those to 0, and then you have those little, You can't do like 0.3. I'll do that so you guys understand. But it's like those lines. People always ask. Those are the settings for it. That's like Equinox style, and yeah, there you go. So, oh, I don't know, I did that. Oops. Here, let me just close that. Alright, so just go to the beat where you want to add damage, right? Let's say right there. Then drag this out, like make it smaller, and then drag it right there. And if to make sure it's right there, just like zoom it out the timeline like that, and then there you go. Then go to where you want it to stop, and let's say you want it to stop like right there. Then so you go to the first part of it, like right there at the very edge, and then click T, and then keyframe opacity, and go to the very end, and then put it to 0, and then boom, you have that. If I add some shine, it will be more. Here, let's add some shine to the text. I might as well give those settings away too. So transfer mode, put that to hue, put the shine opacity to 50, click colorize, and then click one color, and then right here choose the color you want. So let's say I want blue. That's my favorite color, so I'll do that. And then watch, you see how it like darkens. And then you might want to know how I do the hue thing, like where it changes colors. So make a thing called hue. And then in effects and presets, look up hue. It's called hue saturation. And then keyframe the channel range, and then go to the very end of it, and then put it to 1 right here. Oh, not 10, 1. Then boom, it's rainbow now. Which looks kind of. Alright, and then if you want to know how to do that cool CC crap that everybody's like, I don't know, that I've done it. So make a layer called, or go to effects and presets and look up 4-color gradient, put the blending mode to hue. Then if you want it rainbow, just keep it exactly like this. Or if you want like a pink and blue, just click on that and go to pink, and then click on this and go to blue, and then you have that, which looks awesome. Now if you start to see lines on the outside like that, just click on the background and then make it bigger, and then make the sink bigger, and then make the what am I messing up right here? Is it the, I don't know what's doing that now. It might be, no, it's not that. Well, something's doing that. Oh, it's the hue. So drag. Oh, what? That's weird. Alright, whatever. I guess those are staying there. Yeah, but if you need to add a background, which is just make a black solid and put it underneath everything, or it will look stupid. So there you go. And that's how you do the color stuff. So let me just put the resolution at quarters, so it will look terrible, but you guys can see what it looks like. Here, hold on. There you go. Yeah, those lines are actually really annoying, so I'm gonna get rid of the 4-color gradient, but that's how you do it. Oh yeah, so my background shake settings. So make an adjustment layer, and then add a shake. Alright, click on that, and then put the amplitude to 0.4, and the frequency like 2 or 1.4 or 1.5, or that doesn't really matter. And then same name, but a shake. Now RSMB, these are all, I don't know, just my weird settings, but add RSMB, right? And then keep everything normal except where it says match frame size, put it to defined region plus. And that's so like you don't get the RSMB glitches. Sometimes you'll get RSMB glitches, which are really annoying. Trust me, and they look terrible in intros. So now let's see what this looks like. RSMB isn't really necessary for seeing like text that's not moving at all, but for like 3D, if you're doing 3D, it's very necessary, or it will look terrible without it. And it's not a plugin that comes with AE, so make sure you buy that or somehow get it for free. Let me just flip this finish rendering. And there you go. Hold on there. And then there you go, you got your David F. sync, and I think it looks pretty good. The hue kind of looks weird. This needs to last a bit longer. I think that's a problem, so I'm just gonna make this bigger. Make the hue go to here, and it'll land right there. And then that shall fix it. And then there you go. You have your David F. sync and all my settings and stuff. So I hope that helped you guys out, and thank you so much for 500 subscribers. I'll see you guys later. Peace.